Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, and today we are talking about the highly anticipated and highly awaited Yamaha R9. So if that's of interest to you, you'd like to know more, sit back, relax, grab yourselves a cup of tea, and without further ado, let us get into the video. So ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing? I hope you're doing well. I do apologise that my content has been a bit sparse of late since I did my MT10 review. I've had a lot of stuff going on at home, so please forgive me for that. But anyway, I digress and we shall move forward. Now today we are discussing the highly awaited and highly anticipated release of the Yamaha R9. Now the bike itself is going to be released on October the 9th, 2024. And I have a few specs and figures to go over with you guys to give you an idea of what to expect when this bike is finally released. Now the bike itself is going to be a CP3, so that is the cross-plane triple motor that is currently in the MT09 range of bikes, and is going to be putting out somewhere in the region of 120 brake horsepower, and that is going to be accompanied with around 68 foot-pounds of torque. The weight of the bike is going to be in the region of about 175 kilos, fully loaded with fuel, oils and so on. Now Yamaha have teased what this bike is going to look like with a couple, with one single trailer that they've released.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 9. Ignition sequence start. We have liftoff. Welcome to the dawn of a new era.
Now, people are divided about the MT09 as to whether or not it's actually a worthwhile bike to even have on the market. Sorry, not the MT09, the R9. And with the success that the MT09 has had with its CP3 motor, it's a bit of a talking point in the fact that not a lot of people really want the R9. Well, the people that I've spoken to anyway. Now don't get me wrong, I do think the R9 is going to be a good successor to the R1. My only gripe is, why replace something if there's nothing wrong with it? I mean, okay, fine, the emissions are an absolute ball ache when it comes to trying to get bikes and cars through it to meet the standards. However, considering how clever Yamaha and Honda and Suzuki and Kawasaki and all the big brands are, finding a way to Euro 6 emissions shouldn't be that much of a problem, I don't think. But I'm no engineer, so I don't know. But with regards to the actual R9, I think it's going to be an okay bike. I mean, I've not had the opportunity to ride the MT09, but I'm hoping I will do it at some point soon to get an idea of where the R9 is coming from, because a lot of people have said, oh, it's just going to be a MT09 in an R6 skin, or it's going to be an MT09 in an R1 chassis and stuff like that. I mean, people may be right, people may be wrong. I mean, I'm not going to lie, opinion has been divided on the R9 as to whether it's even worth putting on the market. And if the R1 is only going to be a track focused weapon now, then it's probably a good thing to have the R9, in the fact that it'll fill the void where the R1 won't be on the market anymore for street use and only available as a track ready weapon like the R6 now is. Personally speaking, do I think the R9 is going to do well in UK markets? Yeah, I think it will. Will it do well globally? I don't have a clue. What are Yamaha hoping to get out of it? I have absolutely no idea. One thing I do know is that if they are going to get rid of the R6 completely, which I believe they already are, next year in World Supersports, I dare say they will be running the R9 to go against the Panigale V2s and the MV Augustas of this world. And if I haven't mentioned as well, the actual displacement of the new R9's motor is going to be 889cc. So it's going to be a little bit under power compared, or under cc compared to the 959 V2 Panigale. And I have absolutely no idea what the MV Agusta is putting out, like the F800. I honestly don't know. If the CP3 out of the MT09 is as good as people claim it is, when they put it in the R9, it's probably going to be equally as good, if not better, because the chassis is going to be more focused, a lot sharper, probably give you a little bit more flex in terms of agility and stuff like that. But this is all speculation, as you can appreciate, because we are currently sitting on the 6th of October and the bike is being released on the 9th. Now, I can't tell you if that's the 9th globally, or whether it's the 9th of October for UK sales or European sales, or whether it's going to be October the 9th for America. Yamaha have just said that it's the 9th of October, so it could be globally it's being released on the 9th of October, but I honestly don't know. Am I looking forward to seeing what it looks like in the flesh? Definitely. Will I buy one? God knows. We haven't even had what the actual street value of the R9 is going to be yet, but if I was to hazard a guess, it's probably going to be in the region of around about £18,000 for a base model. And if they do bring out an R9M, that'll probably be closer to £22,000–23,000, I suspect. But I honestly don't know. I would like to say that the R9 is going to be a worthy replacement to the R1, but when you're dropping 120 cc's or there or thereabouts from what is an absolute street and road weapon, do you know what I mean? It's like the R1 has always been a staple in Yamaha's arsenal in terms of flagship sports bikes. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the R1 is going to be sorely missed, because that cross-plane crank motor, there's nothing else that sounds anything like it. I mean, people say that the V4s of this world, like the Panigale V4, the Aprilia RS V4, and whatever V4s that are on the market these days, people are saying that, you know, it sounds very reminiscent to that, and you know, you could get away with putting a V4 motor in an R1 and literally you could make it work. Personally, I don't think that's actually right. Yamaha need to keep the crossplane where possible. Whether they turn the R7 into a crossplane, I don't know. I mean, I know that currently the crossplane parallel twin that is currently in the R7 and the MT07 is a good little powerhouse, but it's not as good as a crossplane 4. Do you know what I mean? There's just something about the raspy brutalness of a crossplane that just gives the R1 its, you know, signature sound. Okay, it may not be the most powerful bike on the market anymore. I mean, it never was to begin with. But the point I'm trying to make is that what it lacks in power, it made up for in agility and, you know, theatre and experience. A bit like the Ducatis of old. My 1098, no electronics on it at all. Not even traction control, no quick shifter, nothing. It is very, very old school, analog, brutal power. You control every cc that's in that motor and so on. And just like this R1 that I'm currently on, it's got no traction control, no slide control, no wheelie control, no ABS. It's literally you and your mind controlling the bike. And it's up to you how much power you use, it's up to you how much brake you use, it's up to you how much aggression you put into your riding. Whereas these days, I personally think that there's too many electronic aids and gadgets to hide riders' flaws, if that makes any sense. So as I was saying, this is just a quick, brief overview of what the new Yamaha R9 is going to be for 2025. Just to recap, being released October 9th, it's going to be an 889cc CP3 triple motor, 6-speed gearbox, 170 kilos wet. going to have 120-ish horsepower, it's going to have 68 newton meters of torque, and have a price tag of approximately £18,000. So that's pretty much the basics of what this R9 is going to be, what it's going to bring to the table in the future in terms of big capacity super sports bikes. Let me know in the comments down below, ladies and gentlemen, if you think the R9 is a worthy replacement to either the R6 or the R1, and we shall discuss the good, the bad, the ugly, and the in-between from that. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been awesome. I have been Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, saying look after yourselves, look after each other, be safe on the roads, be aware of that horrible thing known as COVID-19, be safe, be happy, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, adios!